But we didn't have to fire or let go or lay off anybody because we didn't have enough money. And because of that, we now have the most loyal team, I think, of all time, because we stuck with them and now they'll stick with us. So it just goes to show, number one, don't quit. Don't listen to the people talking shit. Number two, the people that do talk shit about you on social media, they usually have no idea what they're talking about and they have no value or substance to provide. And if you document your journey like I have mine since the beginning, you'll get a lot of haters, but you'll also get a lot of supporters. And I ended up raising a couple $100,000 just from posting that one video because people were like, yo, this is authentic. This is transparent. This is genuine. Thank you for sharing this. And so even though a lot of shit comes with posting online, it is almost always worth it. And it might make your life a little more difficult in the moment, but in the long run, it will pay off. If you own a business and you're still grinding in silence, whatever the fuck that means, you are cooked, bro. You're cooked, bro. You're gonna lose. If you think that you working solo are gonna beat everybody else working together, you're insane. Let me give you an example, right? I own a founders group. There's probably 80, 85 founders in there. Everyone is building monster businesses. Like some of these guys have the fastest growing businesses in the country. My incoming inventory got delayed, so my sales are really slow at the beginning of the month. So I asked my group, I said, does anyone know any like quick SMS or email hacks I can use to get a little sales boost because I need it. We have a ton of bills due soon, so I need something to get sales up in the meantime. One of the guys in the group gives me possibly the most goated SMS call out I've ever seen. Like this little switch in the text that you're supposed to send. I sent it out 2 hours ago, and it is the most effective text we've ever sent out to date. And something like that is so simple, like it took me less than a minute to send out, yet it added an extra $30,000 in sales today. That is the power of networking the right way. You get to hear what other people are doing to grow their businesses. You get to hear their tips and tricks. And if everybody does that and works together, then everybody will go further together. You don't have to pay a ton of money to be a part of a founders group like me. It could be as simple as like posting your own journey and what you're doing on social media. And naturally, you're going to find the right people. But you have to be willing to put yourself out there and get a little uncomfortable and not grind in silence. Because doing so is going to 100% limit your growth. And you're just going to lose at the end of the day if you're competing against everybody else working together, but you're solo. If you actually want to achieve your goals, you're probably going to have to lie to your parents. And it's simply because if you want to go and do the most and you want to build a life that's exciting and different than what your family understands and currently lives, then they're not going to understand and they're not going to support you. And no amount of reasoning is going to change their mind, and it's because they love you. Parent only wants their kids to succeed and they don't want to see them get hurt. They don't want them to do dangerous, risky things. And you going off and starting a business or chasing whatever abnormal career you're interested in, they're not going to understand. I was just on a jet back from New York with like 12 of my entrepreneur friends. And one of the guys that was on the jet on the way there decided not to come on the way back. So he gave up his seat to a friend. His friend is a lot younger. He's 18 years old. He's an up-and-coming model. He makes good money. He makes like 25, 30K a month. He's got a great personal brand / platform, whatever you want to call it. And he's launching a really cool business in the next couple of months. And the business actually aligns perfectly with his personal brand. So I think it's going to do very well. He asked us all, hey guys, I'm 18 years old. I'm in community college right now only because my parents are immigrants and it's super important to them that I get a degree. But I feel like I'm wasting my time. Like, what should I do? He said that the people that he's in online class with are like fucking 45 years old. So I told him, I was like, bro, you got to drop out, and you got to drop out like right now. He's spending 20 hours plus a week in an environment that's not only not helping him move forward, but it's actively holding him back, because nothing that he wants to do with his life, he's going to learn in that community college classroom, online classroom. But if he drops out, his parents aren't going to understand, and no amount of reasoning is going to help them understand. So I said, bro, you got to lie to them. You got to drop out. You got to fucking fake a report card for a year, maybe 2. And then only once you're making an absurd amount of money, once everything is doing extremely, extremely well, then you can tell them. Because they're never going to understand until you have the proof to show them that you were right. And if you tell them now that you're dropping out, you're gonna blow up that relationship. It's crazy how many times I've had people come up to me in person and say, yo, bro, I thought you were going to be like a douchebag. Like, you seem like a douchebag online. Only for me to ask, well, am I different in person than I am online? They go, no, you're exactly the same. And I don't understand that. It's like, how can I be a douchebag online, but not in person, yet I truly do act the same? Like, the way I act on social media is how I am in person. It's not a character. I think it's because people villainize anyone they see on social media if they don't agree with them all the time. And sometimes people feel attacked when someone says something that they don't agree with. But what you guys got to remember is this is my page and these are just my takes. Yeah, sure. 90% of the stuff I say probably doesn't apply to most people, maybe more. And 90% of the advice I give won't make sense to some people either because they've had different experiences and they're not on the same path. But I'm not making content for everybody. I'm making content for me yesterday. That's why I do this. I don't make videos like trying to help a certain person. I'm trying to help me yesterday. It's almost like therapy, right? If I learn a lesson or I have an experience that's valuable to me and I wish yesterday Lucas could have heard it, I'll make a video. And that's the thing is like, you don't have to listen. You don't have to take it, right? You don't have to act on it, right? You could block me if you want. All I know is my life is awesome. And so I'm trying to share how I went from that really insecure, depressed kid who almost offed himself to honestly feeling like everything I've ever wanted I have. I love my life. I love my friends. I'm building cool stuff with cool people. Like I literally couldn't be happier. And I almost like make this content because I want to like give back to hopefully the kid who's just starting. And I get, I don't know, maybe a dozen DMs a day of people saying, your content really, really helped me and I started my first business, or this really changed my perspective or my life because I think a new way now. So it clearly helps some people. So I'm going to keep doing it, but not even for them, for me. And if people don't like it, like they should just block me. Seems like I've been causing quite the stir lately. So I'm here to address the allegations. Yes, I said it. And yes, I'm probably going to say, I will say it again. A Roth IRA, to me, seems like the worst investment you could make at a young age. But what you guys got to understand, and I don't know how people don't understand this yet, is my takes and my stances on things and my opinions on things. It's my opinion. My content is not for everybody. I feel like I've made that very clear over the past couple of years. My content is not for someone who wants to have a decent life and retire at 65 and have a $1.2 million check waiting for them in their Roth IRA. It's for people that want to be insanely successful and have an amazing life and enjoy their life and make a lot of money before their lower back and their knees start to hurt. I really don't see the point of getting $1.2 million at the end of your life, right? There's no guarantee you'll even make it there. My point with that video, and once again, it's not for everybody. My point in that video was, especially if you're young, the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. $6,000 is a lot of money, especially when you're 20, 21, 22 years old. If you put that money and invested it into yourself now, you would make so much more later down the line. When I was 21 years old, I started my business with $5,000. That's all I had. Imagine if I had put that money